welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video of pros and cons of living in Portland, Oregon. So those of you that are planning to move here or just interested, this is the video to watch. So yeah, so I'm going to be listing obviously my pros and cons, and I guess I should do a disclaimer. So disclaimer would be that, so this is on my truth of what pros and cons are, and not everybody is gonna agree or disagree about what I say, so I'm just letting you know that. So if you want to get other opinions, then I suggest you watch other videos too. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Let's get started with the video. Okay, so I wrote down pros and cons on a little piece of paper, and sorry if the camera's like slanted. I'm in my car obviously, and there's no other place to sit it for it to just be straight, so it's kind of crooked. Oh yeah, and before we actually get started, make sure you go hit that like button, you comment, and you subscribe. Okay, now let's get into this video. Okay, let's get into the video. Pro number one, the greenery. So it's very pretty. So there's a lot of trees and bushes and all that extra stuff. If you're living in Arizona, California, you know, just those hot places, there's not as many trees and greenery out there. So yeah, so just nature, just looking at things, it's just so pretty here. Pro number two, if you're an outdoorsy person, so if you like to hike, basically go camping, if you like to go to the mountain and ski and do all the extra stuff, we do have Mount Hood, so you can go up there and ski and do all of that. And we do have good hiking areas. We have a few hike places at Mount Tabor, Powell Butte, just some other places you could look up. So yeah, that's really good if you love to hike and just be outdoors. And we have plenty of parks, playgrounds, so stay tuned for that. Another good thing is, so a lot of people, they talk about the food here, so there's a lot of food trucks, specifically in downtown Portland. We have a lot of food trucks. It's just really good. Me, like, if I go to a food truck, I usually get like tacos and all that stuff, so it's like really delicious. So if you come here just visiting, or you're really planning on to move here, I would check out downtown. Not to mention we have the cool waterfront, walk around, all this extra stuff, and we have the Portland Spirit too, so if it's by the waterfront. So yeah, so check that out. Pro number four, you don't have to pump your own gas. We have workers here that pump your own gas for you. I think that's a pro, because especially when it's raining outside and you just don't feel like getting out of your car, you don't have to pump it. You have someone else to do it for you. So A on that. And if you're living in California, our gas is much more cheaper out here. For my gas, I'll probably pay like $2.60 at the most, maybe $2.75. But yeah, because I've heard in different states, gas is like hiking up to $5, which is actually crazy. So yeah, so gas prices and people pumping your gas, that's always a plus. Next, taxes. So I'm not an expert, or I'm not, you know, I don't have much knowledge on that, but if you're going to the grocery store or shopping, whatever the price is the price you're going to pay. You're not going to have to pay extra few cents just for something like groceries. Like all of that, any thing the price tag says, guarantee, yep, 100%, that's the price you're going to be paying for all that stuff. So you don't have to worry about all of that. So like, in terms of other taxes, I'm not sure. I don't have that much knowledge on that. So if you want to check that out, I would suggest you look online or watch some other videos about all the extra stuff. But that's the only form of taxes that I know about. Next one, clean water. So here, Oregon has one of the most cleanest waters. You could drink tap water. Some people think that's gross, but you really can't. All the water you could drink, you're not going to get sick from it. Yeah, that's about it. We just have really clean water, and it's not going to come out all like dusty and just looking nasty. Like, no, we don't have that here. So that's a good pro. Fresh air. So remind you, so when I went to California, it was weird because when I went down there, I didn't notice the change in air. When I came back here to Oregon, it was just like, wow, like I didn't know I was breathing that nasty stuff. Like when I came here, I was like you could actually just smell the air. Like it's Like there's not no pollution, all this extra stuff. Like, well, I don't want to say no pollution, but you get what I mean. There's not nasty stuff in the air. Like you could just breathe. Like your nose isn't plugged. Like just so clean air, good air. Can't even look it. The next thing is people here in Oregon, Portland specifically, whatever, I don't know. We're very friendly here. So if you go to the store or just any place, they're gonna say hi to you and smile. Yeah, we're just very friendly here. Like I think we're welcoming. I don't go to that many places, so I just know like when I go places, like I'll smile at people, I'll wave, I say hi. So I just think they were very friendly. We have good customer service, hospitality, all of that. We have that very good here. We're very polite. In other places, people aren't that polite. People say excuse me, and you know, just regular things like that. So yeah. And if you have kids or if you're retired, I think this is a good place to kind of just settle, because it's not like a fast life here. It's a pretty slow life. I mean, I feel like more people are moving here and there's just things to do, more people here. So I kind of feel like it's, you know, it's kind of speeding up a little bit. So if you're just someone that you don't want to go to those big cities, or just, you know, how can I say that? It's just not like a big city like Atlanta, LA, Houston. It's not like that. It's a smaller population than that. So yeah, so those are my pros for that. So now I'm gonna get into the cons. So the cons of living in Portland, Oregon is that it really rains here. It rains a lot and it's very gloomy, and some people, they get you could get easily depressed. And so I would suggest, if you're one of those people, go get help. You could always do therapy, you could journal, meditate, do yoga, all of that. So if you're someone that struggles with anxiety, depression, you overthink a lot, just any type of mental illness, yeah, I think that's helpful, because here, yeah, it could rain a lot and be gloomy for like months and months until like summer, which is like June, July, and August, and part of September. But then it goes back to just being very like that. Next thing, it could be boring. So let me get into some examples about it being boring. So, but then also it cannot be boring. So let me explain both sides. So with it being boring, okay, so obviously, yeah, we have malls here. We have about a few malls here, maybe about, well, the ones I know, we have like 4 main malls here. So if you like going to the mall and shopping, we have malls, the zoo, we do have movie theaters, bowling alleys, the arcade, laser tag, what else? We have the Portland Art Museum. And so there are some things to do. I'm not saying it's just like a dead town with like where there's like nothing to do. But then again, like, who is gonna go to the movies every week, or who's gonna just always go to the mall every week or something? So in terms of entertainment, it's not really much of like entertainment. It's just like you get out, you're like, oh, like, do you want to go to the park? Should I go to the mall? It's just kind of like that type of thing. So when I say it's boring, it's just kind of like, it's just not much entertainment. But if you do like skating, doing all that extra stuff, like, you could totally do it. That might be fun to you, or that might get boring after a while. So that's what I'm saying when it comes to terms and it being boring. And on top of that, like, if you have a small circle of friends and you don't really talk to anybody, then it can kind of feel a little boring, or I don't know. And then if you have people to talk to, that can make it less boring. So yeah, another con, it's not very diverse. So the main like race of population is white people. It's about, I want to say, like maybe 75% white, maybe like 5.6 of blacks. Like, I don't really know about other races, but the majority of the race population here is just mostly white. So if you're not used to that, or it could be a struggle for you to adjust, then don't move here. But that's not really a problem for me, since I'm used to it. It doesn't really bother me that much. Sometimes it bothers me, but I'm used to it. Another thing, Traffic. So I know every city and stuff, like, obviously there's going to be traffic, but since there are more people moving here, the traffic has definitely got worse. So our population, I want to say it's over like 600,000 people that live here. And so I want to say maybe 7 years ago, like the traffic wasn't as bad. Like you can get to places in like 20 minutes or less. I'm talking about going from Portland maybe to like Beaverton or downtown. Like it would not take long at all. Now that there's more people, it takes a lot longer, and you just kind of just sit there. There's some people that drive really slow, or I don't know, it's just like it just get jammed up sometimes. So that's kind of a con about that. And cost of living can be very expensive. I think to like buy a house, it's like over $300,000 or something, depending on, you know, what house it is and what it looks like, all this extra stuff. But yeah, that's basically the pay for, you know, buying a house. And if you're just getting an apartment, depending on what you're looking for, I was looking at some apartments, like a 1-bedroom studio apartment was over $1,000 just for one person. So that's pretty expensive, unless you would want to move somewhere where it's not such a good area and pay less than that. Like that's what you're gonna get. Like if you're looking for something less than $1,000, you're gonna get something that's probably not that good. And yeah, so I think that's it. Those are my pros and cons. I'm just gonna drop some other things in there. So if you do come and visit or live here, I would say try out Dutch Brothers. So it's like a coffee place, but then it's like all these different flavory drinks. Like it's so good, so I recommend you try that. We have a lot of coffee shops here, Black Rock Coffee's here, obviously Starbucks. Oh yeah, I forgot another pro. We have a lot of fast food places. I don't know if that's a pro, because a lot of people, you know, eating fast food all day is not healthy. But let's just say you're driving and you like miss McDonald's or Taco Bell, and you're like, oh dang, I should have went there. I guarantee you in the next 3 to 5 minutes, you're gonna run into another McDonald's, a Carl's Jr., just other places. So there's a lot of like fast food places like every few minutes. So like don't be alarmed if you miss something. You're like, oh dang, I should have went back, or I can't. Like you're always gonna find something coming up in the next few minutes. So yeah, so that was it. I hope you guys liked this video about pros and cons of living in Portland, Oregon. And so hey, if you want to come and visit the city, go ahead and do that. I recommend you visit here. So yeah guys, that was it. And once again, make sure you hit that like button, you comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on my next video. Bye guys.